I'm just going to make my breakfast, which is an omelette. Today is a pretty windy day, so I'm going to make something quite simple. Omelette. So I need eggs. It's always difficult to open the box only with one hand. I need to wash them, of course. Now I'm going to use a little bit of butter. Le beurre in English. I need a knife. This should be enough. Now I'm going to need a pan. Alright. Okay. So the butter is going to melt. And I'm going to wait a little bit when it's completely melted, because I'm going to make a brown butter. So what is a brown butter? It is basically a state of cooking. I mean, once the butter has completely dissolved, you have to wait a bit. If you wait for too long, it's going to burn, and it's not good for your health. But just before it burns, actually the butter is going to have a special scent, like hazelnut scent, and that is what we call a brown butter. So how do we know when to stop when it burns? Actually, right now you can hear noise because butter has water in it, and when the noise stopped, like now, it means the brown butter is done. So it has a hazelnut scent. So I'm going to break my eggs. I have no idea how I'm going to do this with only one hand. Hope I'm not going to fail. Just hold on. I can't do this with one hand because I'm not good. So wait a little bit. to wash my hands. Okay. My eggs. It's difficult to cook and to film something. I'm going to use a sort of spatula. I don't want to put the heat too high, otherwise the butter is going to burn and it's not tasty then. I need my 2 hands. It's a bit complicated. Okay, I failed. No, it's more or less okay. Now I have to wait for the yolk to cook. I don't like the yolk to be too liquid, but I don't like it to be too hard either. So I want the right consistency. That's why I'm touching the egg to know when it's ready. So it should be ready now because I can feel it with my fingers. So I'm going to need a plate. Okay, I'm going to take this one. It's a bit too big, but it's fine. Okay, just doing this. Let me think. What am I going to do? Alright, just take this. Oops. It's hot, so I have to put this. So it was actually a fish stock. Because when you're filleting the fish, sometimes you can't fillet it properly and there are some meat that are remaining. So what do I need now? Going to need a bread, what I call a bread knife. Of course, the butter I have to put it in the fridge because it has to remain cold. It's always difficult to do things with only one hand. Need a glass. I need a spoon. I need pepper and this, which is, I don't know how to explain it. but it doesn't exist in many countries. So I am more or less done. I have to lift this, but with 2 hands. This is going to be a bit complicated. I'm going to eat in the garden. It will be better. Today is maybe windy, but the weather is actually nice. Take my baguette. Actually, I have 2 kinds of baguettes that I'm going to show you. I've got traditional French baguette, which is oh, it's a bit wet, so I need to take something. Okay, I'll take this thing. Because I don't want to eat a wet baguette. Oh, no water anymore. Fine. And I'm going to so I've got 2 kinds of baguette. This one and what you've never seen before is this baguette. Oh no, it's windy, I told you. So you can see it is a chocolate baguette, actually quite tasty. And what else can I show you? I can show you a little cake I bought from the bakery. And then I'm going to have my breakfast, but I'm not going to show you how I eat my breakfast. So this is my little cake, my pastry cake, dégustation, nos plus belles pâtisseries. And the cake is here. Actually, you can see that it is composed of many layers. You've got lychee passion fruit cream, vanilla cream, and madeleine biscuit. And you can see the passion fruit seed on top to remind you, to let you know that it is passion fruit. So that's it for this live. Bon appétit to me, which means bon appétit means have a nice meal in French.